Hi, my name is Ryan Garcia, and I'm an Associate General Counsel for Facebook. Specifically, I lead the sales legal team in the Facebook Reality Labs divisions. We call it FRL. Most people are familiar with Facebook, but as an overview, Facebook has a lot of divisions, but if you think about the products that we put out, there are four main software products that are out in the world. There's the main Facebook application, there's Messenger, Instagram, and WhatsApp. The fifth large division of Facebook is Facebook Reality Labs, FRL. We are the division that releases software as well as hardware. Specifically, our hardware products right now are the Portal video chat device as well as the Quest virtual reality goggles. We also do some partnerships with other companies. So for example, just recently we released the Ray-Ban Stories with Ray-Ban. So those are some smart glasses that have cameras and microphones and speakers built into them. As an associate general counsel, I am leading the sales team. My team is the one that is responsible for negotiating deals and supporting the sales group that puts these awesome products on the shelves of stores that you can go into and purchase. We also enable the direct purchase of our devices through e-commerce sites like Amazon or our own online portals where you can buy these kinds of things. It's a very cool job because I get to work on the cutting edge technology of the future. And it's just a blast to do it. If you are interested in becoming a lawyer, well, there's a couple things that you'll have to do. First thing is you have to ask yourself if you like school. Do you like school? Congratulations. That's the first step, because to become a lawyer, you're going to have to go to college. You're going to have to graduate college, and then you're going to have to go to law school. To get into law school, you have to take a whole other test, and then that's called the LSAT. Then you go to your law school for 3 years if you go full-time, or you can go on some night school or part-time programs, and those can take 4 years or maybe even 5. Those schools are for the accredited law schools. California actually has unaccredited law schools that you can go to and still become a lawyer. You want to do your own research on those, though, because those kinds of schools, after you go for the first year, you have to take a separate test that you have to pass in order to continue going to that school. For an accredited school, you simply go through your years at the program, and then you get to sit for the bar. The bar exam is the big test that all lawyers must take, and then you must pass in order to become a licensed attorney. Every state has their own bar exam, pretty much, and those bar exams can last anywhere from 1 to 3 days. So it is a very exhausting kind of test, but it's what you spend the 3 years or more in law school preparing for, as well as the entire summer leading up to the bar exam. Law school is really teaching you about the judicial system that we have in the U.S., as well as the mindset that lawyers have when they're approaching problems, how you think about these issues, and how you apply existing laws, existing cases, and precedent on those kinds of issues. All of those things then equip you to become a lawyer. Now, if you are thinking about becoming a lawyer, the other thing is some people ask, is there a specific undergrad degree that you should be taking? And the answer is absolutely not. You should be taking whatever subject or getting a degree in whatever is the most interesting to you, because lawyers have all kinds of degrees. Some schools and colleges do provide some pre-law majors or pre-law degrees. You can absolutely take those, but you could also have a business degree. You could have an art degree or a science degree or mathematics. Personally, I had a Bachelor of General Studies, which is what some schools give you if you don't specialize in one area, but instead in multiple areas. And mine happened to be English, psychology, and poli-sci. So I wasn't equipped to do much. So law school it was. I went to law school also because I'm a really, first, I'm a huge geek. I'm a huge nerd. You can probably tell by the Nintendo controller on my shirt. And yes, by the way, this is what I wear to work. This is not just for the video. That's one of the advantages of working inside a company as opposed to at a law firm or for the public sector. So that may be a consideration as well. But yes, get any kind of degree that you want. I myself was a big nerd. I was super into technology, even though that wasn't necessarily what the degrees were that I took, but that was everything that I wanted to do after college, and I went into law because I wanted to help companies. I wanted to help people who could navigate the rules of the law, because the law intersects everything that we do in our life, from driving a car to buying things in stores to setting up a business to being a consumer. Everything you do is touched by some area of the law. Mostly, it should go unnoticed. You shouldn't have to worry about it. As long as you're obeying the speed limit, as long as you are doing everything that you should, you won't have to worry about it. But the law is what gets involved when things go wrong, when people start acting incorrectly, when people start doing the wrong thing, or when you have businesses that get into disagreements, or customers and businesses that get into disagreements. So there are a lot of ways that the law can step in, and that's, to me, one of the fascinating areas about the law. There is no one legal career. There are so many kinds of legal jobs that you can do. There's the public sector, which deals more with government work. A lot of that can be criminal, but it can also be government agencies and bureaucracies that need lawyers to help support them. There's also the private sector, which is more of what you see in terms of companies and law firms that hire them, that hire these lawyers. The pay scales can be completely different depending on where you're living, what kind of job you're doing. You tend to see a little bit of the lower salary in the public sector jobs, the government work, although those can still be, I think, in the 60s, 70s, $80,000 and higher. It really kind of depends on the work that you're doing. And in the private sector, the salaries can go much, much higher. There are several very large law firms around the world and around the country that will hire people straight out of law school and be paying them $150,000, $200,000, $250,000. The trade-off, of course, is you are working very, very hard. You're getting a lot of experience, but you are trading your time for that kind of money. But it is definitely possible to make that and a lot more as you develop in your career. If you are interested in not just working at a law firm or establishing your own legal practice, but instead want to work inside a company, we call that in-house counsel. One of the things to know is that, generally speaking, companies don't hire lawyers straight out of law school. Instead, they are looking for lawyers that already have some experience, whether it could be from a smaller company or if it's their own experience that they've built over the years, or if they worked at a firm for a couple of years as well. So generally speaking, if you are interested in going in-house, then know that that's going to take a little bit more time, right? Because they just generally don't hire straight out. One of the main differences, though, about being in-house as opposed to a law firm is that you are sitting with your clients all the time. You are learning about their business. You're learning about it from start to finish. You're involved in all these stages. So you are given the opportunity to help your clients to navigate the different legal issues that they have no idea that exist. And you can do it in a number of different ways. Within any company, you have a lot of different lawyers that may be handling employment issues, or they may be handling intellectual property issues like copyrights and patents and trademarks. They might be handling deals for the supply chain. It could be that they are procuring parts for whatever gizmos and gadgets that they are making. It could also be that they're negotiating contracts for, buying toilet paper for the offices. There's all kinds of things that you can be working on once you are inside. The particular job that I do, like I said, is about the sales team. And I have been practicing as a lawyer for over 20 years and have been specifically doing this kind of deals for well over 15. So at the beginning, I was certainly learning about those contracts, learning how to negotiate, learning how to do the back and forth with clients and customers and tell people about the various risks and what to do and what not to do. Now I'm more leading a team, and so these tend to be lawyers that don't have as much experience, but they're gaining the experience, and I'm giving them the tips and tricks of what to do, as well as kind of managing how everyone is working on their various dockets. And that's something else that kind of happens in your legal career. As you grow in it, you will become more of a mentor and less doing the actual legal practice. That's not necessarily true, but that certainly can be true. And you find that to be generally true in the in-house environment when you're working inside of a company. Like I said, I'm a big technology geek. So I am a huge advocate for technology. I think that there's a lot of great things that technology can do for us, and I have just always enjoyed every time I've gotten a new gadget or like a new computer. I always remember that kind of feeling that, this is something that could do anything, right? Like when I get a laptop, I'm like, wow, you could write something on this or create art or create music or, argue with people that you've never seen before and never will. There's lots of things that you can do with a laptop. And one of the cool things that I enjoy, I love about my job right now is that we're working on that next computing platform. Right now we are selling not only these video chat devices, but also the virtual reality goggles. The Quest 2 is our current product, the most recent product. And it's just amazing to see, you can put this headset on and be transported around the world. You can literally visit anywhere in the world using kind of Google Maps and Google Earth. You can also play games where you are completely immersed in these environments. You can watch these 360 videos, like someone climbed to the top of Mount Everest and brought a virtual reality camera with them, so you can stand on the top of Mount Everest, which is much, much closer to the top of Mount Everest than I will ever physically get to. So that's really cool too. And all the while, I get to help my clients sell these devices to the rest of the world and navigate those legal issues that they may not know about because they don't have that specialized legal training. So that's a lot of fun for me to do. And if it's something that you're interested in doing, then the law might be the right profession. I think generally speaking, if you are thinking about a legal career or really kind of any career in general, the biggest thing is to find what you love, find what you are passionate about and follow that. You will find the money, you will find a way to make a living at it. It may not be the exact job that you're thinking of right now, but if you think of the area and the topics that you are passionate about, then follow that, get involved in that, because not only will you enjoy the things that you're doing, you will probably enjoy the people that you are doing those things with, and that's also a very important factor. So don't worry as much about what's going to earn you six figures or how you're going to retire as a millionaire. Instead, find the things that make you happy, things that you are going to enjoy working on, and everything else will follow and fall into line after that. One of the things that you enjoy doing is navigating interesting rules and laws and helping people with the understanding of that, then by all means, go into law. And even within law, there's everything, every kind of subject. There's the environment, there's civil rights, there's the First Amendment, and then there's technology and video games, and there's every single industry needs lawyers, so you can do that as well, or you can just continue to pursue that kind of topic or passion and find a career or job there. So best of luck, and I hope you enjoy this, and if you haven't tried a Quest 2, you should, but I'm a little bit biased because I literally help sell them for a living, so enjoy.